In today's video, I'm going to be sharing how I did this Valentine's Day patchwork quilt nail design. I loved how this turned out. This turned out so fun and really cute. I also made a few mistakes in this design, and I'm going to be sharing how to prevent them. So I'm starting off with a white base as the base to this, and I'm going to be doing the color block look for each nail using acrylic paint. And I chose to do this whole design in acrylic paint for multiple reasons. One, because I wanted to make sure that the acrylic paint would dry faster, or the colors would dry faster. And two, I was afraid that when we got to like a lighter color, I was afraid that if I did this with nail polish, that nail polish would actually need two coats to become opaque. And I didn't want to take a chance that the polishes would dry down uneven. And I knew that with the acrylic paint, they would dry down nice and even. So the first mistake I made was once I got each of the colors onto the nail and they were dry, I should have added a layer of top coat to seal that in. And the reason why I should have done that was there was a lot of tiny detail work for this design, and that's where I actually made the second mistake, which I'll explain when we get there. And if I had sealed in the acrylic paint first, I would have been able to wipe away that mistake. So if you go to do this design on your nails, I would definitely recommend doing the acrylic paint, letting it dry, and then adding the top coat before you go in and do the small detail work. And I chose to do this whole thing with a dotting tool and a detail brush, but you can totally do this with a toothpick if that's all that you have. And because this design did take me a while, I would definitely recommend doing two nails like an accent nail, but I still thought the design turned out really cute. So I should have top coated once I got the red, the white heart. I don't know why I almost said red, but I should have top coated once I got the white heart filled in so that I could have erased the second mistake. And I just went ahead and I did all of the little details for each of the color blocks here, basically making it look like when you see a patchwork quilt and you see like the different designs on the different pieces of fabric that are all sewn together, that's the look I was going for. This design here, as well as the thumbnail, actually turned out to be my favorite design just because I loved how cute this little heart print turned out with the polka dots on top of it. I loved this. And again, you could totally do this with a toothpick if that's what you need to do this with. And then I'm going to be adding some tiny little details or some tiny little polka dots to the hearts there, and then adding some stripes. I chose to do the Valentine's Day images that were easiest for me to draw, but you can do whatever you want to do. If you have a stamping plate that has like little tiny little details like this, you could totally do that as well. Okay, so I'm going to be adding a second heart, and like I said with the first one, it would have been better for me to seal in the hearts, the bigger hearts like this, with top coat before I did the detail work on it, just because, like I said, I could have wiped off that mistake that I made. All right, so here is the second mistake. So originally, I completely forgot when I was doing this nail that the stitches should just have been the stitches and not the black outline. That was the mistake that I made, and it actually kind of made this nail look like Sally's dress in Nightmare Before Christmas. It still turned out really, really cute though, but I should have just done the stitches as that was my original plan. So this design here, right here with the stitches the way it is, that is what my initial vision for this was, but I accidentally forgot about the black outline. But it still turned out pretty cute. And I made that mistake again, but it still turned out good. Okay, so once I got the stitches onto each nail, I'm going to go ahead and show what polishes that I used. I will have everything linked in the description box below. You can totally do the stitches with a toothpick if that's what you need to do that with. Like I said, this design definitely was time consuming and it was a lot of tiny details, but it was totally worth it. So I'm first going to be sealing this in with a shiny top coat first because I'm going to be doing a matte top coat as the final look of this design. And it's better to do a shiny top coat underneath the matte top coat to make the matte top coat dry smoother. And that was it for this very easy patchwork quilt nail design that I thought was really, really cute.